Excellent. Lots of lobster. This is a gold mine, man. Just take a wire hanger, stretch it, and now what I've just created is my own homemade whisk. I got the lobster tails from a dumpster. We use the shells, we use the meat, and you're eating it.
A few days ago, I randomly stumbled across the strange world of Cheapskate food hacks. But this one guy in particular caught my attention because he literally runs a cooking class that uses ingredients from random dumpsters.
Who locks trash? Excellent. Oh, yeah. Lots of lobster. Look at this. This is a gold mine, man.
Let's just keep in mind that this guy is not a homeless man at all, because earlier on in the video, they literally show him living in a proper house. He literally owns a house. But instead, he goes through all of these trash cans. He says, who locks the trash? And I don't think he understands that the reason why people lock trash is to prevent homeless people from going through their trash. Because these are the dumpsters of people's actual homes. Because I don't think people would want to have homeless people just like lurking around the alley going through all their stuff. But you aren't homeless anyways. Like, this guy is not homeless. He's a fully grown adult searching for, he's not even an adult. He's look at that gray hair. He's past his expiry dates and he's still going through the trash. Okay, but honestly, if I saw a homeless man going through my own personal dumpster, maybe I'd let him off the hook. I'd sort of like let him get some food, get a bit of a meal. But this guy, he is not a homeless man at all. He's literally wearing non-homeless clothes. And so if I saw this old head going through my trash, I think I would have no choice but to just low-key just grab him by the neck, pull him into the dumpster, and then close the lid and lock it because he was complaining how it was locked. And you can see that the dumpsters sort of have wheels, and so I'd sort of like wheel it out of the alleyway, and then I'd take it down the street until I can find a bit of a steep hill. Then I would send the dumpster down the hill with him in it, and I'd sort of ride on top of it like a bit of like a go-kart, and then we'd have a nice day out. I'd take him to the aquarium, I'd take him to the zoo, I'd take him everywhere. But anyways, as he's walking past to get to the other dumpsters, you can see that there are flies literally like flying around the rubbish down here. You can see that. And so this bag probably contains a bunch of diseases because it wasn't even closed. Like, it wasn't even sealed. Look at that.
The shells are great. You throw them into a pot of water and all the meat will boil right out. When I pick up a discarded shell, I'm seeing all kinds of meat. Look at this. I mean, who leaves the table like this? Wow. Delicious.
So he says, when I pick up a discarded shell, I'm seeing all kinds of meat. But you know what else you're seeing? You're seeing a whole bunch of bacteria and diseases in that thing you're about to eat. Because there's like no way of telling how long this has been sitting out in the trash for, unless you check it every single day. Like, this could have been out for like a week or something before it got taken. Because usually the rubbish trucks only come once a week. And so this could very much be left out for a week previously.
Cooking instructor Ron Maestri runs a class called Gourmet Meals on a Fast Food Budget. For $40, students can learn how to make meals for next to nothing.
6 people are coming to the cooking class. I have all of my students participate and serve them the dinner that we all prepare.
Bro, did they just say for $40? This guy is ripping off his students. Why does he need $40 per student? This whole meal didn't even cost $40. He just grabbed it from the trash can. So not only is he a cheapskate, but he's also a scam artist. He's ripping off his customers. So 6 times 40, that's like $240 per session. Oh my gosh, but what would he do with all the money? He doesn't need that much money. It's not like he's spending a lot of money anyways. And he even has the sample packet of sauces that he's just, okay, so he's bringing this for the class, and then this is, okay, wait, what is going on here?
Does anybody want any more wine?
Why not?
All right, let's do some wine here. I could turn any cheap wine into a fine wine. This is actually a hyper decanting process. You take the wine, any inexpensive wine, and pour it into the blender and give it about 30 seconds, and it will take any inexpensive wine and will make it taste expensive.
That looks like piss. That genuinely looks like my stinky piss after I haven't flushed the toilet for 7 days. But he says that he can turn any inexpensive wine into an expensive tasting wine because he says that the blending process is a hyper decanting process. So it hyper decants it. But like, I don't really know what hyper decanting is, but I know that decanting is when you're sort of trying to get the stuff away, right? But how is a blender decanting it? Isn't a blender doing the opposite of decanting? Doesn't a blender mix everything together into one thing? It doesn't really decant stuff, does it? But look at this guy. This guy is way too excited to drink his cheap wine turned into the hyper decanted wine to
It's really nice.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's really good.
So how cheap a wine can we actually go?
I spent nothing for this wine. Got it out of the trash can. I just poured out whatever they didn't drink. It's not like they drank it and then spit it back out. They didn't get to it.
Okay, so this guy hates it. This guy looks like he was held at gunpoint to say that it was nice. And also, what is his shirt? What shirt is he wearing? Okay, no offense, but okay, what is that drip? This guy is trying to figure out an escape plan, how to escape this cooking class without being rude. And this person genuinely enjoys it for some reason, for some strange reason. But look at their reactions when the instructor tells them that it was actually taken from a trash can. This guy is distraught. This guy has lost all of his trust for the instructor. This guy is now currently trying to think of an escape plan for how to evacuate the building. This person can't believe she just got scammed. And this guy, for some reason, is even more excited by it. This guy is loving it.
Okay, everybody, now we're gonna start first with this stock that I created. And as you can see, I've got the lobster shells in here. We're gonna pull out these tails here. And you know what? In the meantime, why don't I get you guys busy? Why don't you each open up one of those cans of tuna fish?
Great. What a great way to run a cooking class. Just training your students how to open a can of tuna. That's brilliant teaching there. But anyways, let's just keep in mind that these are the lobster tails that he found from the trash earlier. But these students, they have no idea that it's from the trash. Like, they don't know yet. Okay, he hasn't done the reveal yet. But to be fair, it looks like he's done a pretty good job at cooking the lobster tail. Like, it doesn't look that bad. Like, honestly, you can't really go wrong with lobster, right?
What we're gonna be doing is a version of lobster thermidor. But what happens if you can't afford lobster? We're gonna replace the meat with tuna. And I'll bet you no one will know the difference.
Bro, 100%. Like, do you think these people are dumb? Do you think they have lobotomies just like you? Like, the 100% people will be able to tell that it's not the same thing. But look at this guy's reaction. He cannot believe what he's hearing. He did not know what he was signing up for when he signed up for this class. And this guy has already had enough of this class. He wants to leave immediately. And this guy is already starting to think about the legal and ethical repercussions of doing this, of scamming people for lobster instead of with tuna. But he also says, what happens when you can't afford lobster? But in that situation, you just don't eat lobster. You don't even attempt to cook anything to do with lobster. You just cook like maybe a steak or something instead, or maybe you just cook pasta. Like, why would you try to fake it?
We have our mustard. Notice they're mustard packets. Mustard, ketchup, salt, pepper, sugar. Now, I don't feel it's necessary to go out and buy utensils for any reason. Just take a wire hanger, stretch it. What I've just created is my own homemade whisk.
This is like really tough to do.
Well, it's tough to do because it's not even a real whisk. Why would you even do this? What is the brain cells? Okay, they're being lost right now. So this guy thinks it's cheaper to get a what is this called? A coat hanger and twist it into a homemade whisk than to actually buy a whisk. Wait, hang on. Isn't this guy running a cooking class? So wouldn't he need reusable utensils and everything? So why wouldn't he just buy a whisk for his class so he can use it every single time? Because otherwise he just has to buy a new coat hanger every single time. It would be more expensive to buy a coat hanger and twist it up into, like, you gotta consider the labor cost. But that means if he doesn't have a whisk on hand, that means this might be his very first and only class that he runs. Maybe this guy is a scam artist. Maybe this is the only class he will ever run. And then once he takes the money, he'll just dip and he'll never do a class ever again in this city. And then he moves to the next city. But this guy is struggling. Look, it's not whisking anything. Wait. Why would you need a whisk for this? Because what he's doing is he's mixing tuna. Don't you just need a spoon for that? Like, why would you get a whisk? I mean, it would be a pretty effective whisk like this if you're beating eggs, but not if you're beating tuna. You're not meant to beat tuna with a whisk. You're meant to just beat no.
Now what we're gonna do is fill in each one of these tails with the tuna mixture. This is a total blast. This makes me very, very happy. Getting everybody involved made a big difference because everyone can see just how simple it is to do.
Bro, is this guy delusional? This is a horrible teacher. Like, he thinks that getting people involved is enough to teach them. Wait, what is he doing? Because look, all people are doing, they're just prodding the meat. That's all they're doing. And he says, okay, yes, we're getting everyone involved. We're teaching everyone the valuable life skills. This guy even tries to make an escape for it at the start. You see, he goes around, but then he changes his mind and he decides to go around to here and actually like do the food thingy. But the exit is right there. Like, do you think this framing is a mistake? Do you see this exit sign? And do you see the door right there? This guy could have done it. He could have ran, but he lost his chance.
I'm gonna put these into the oven and we'll be ready to serve in 5 to 7 minutes.
I'm actually really interested in to see what it comes out tasting like because of the change from lobster to tuna. You know, it smells like it, looks like it. You know, we're gonna find out if it tastes like it.
For some reason, this has been the only person who has had like any positive reactions to any of the food so far. Like, this guy's actually like genuinely happy to be here. And I feel bad for him because he just got scammed out of $40 for this session. Because this session, you could honestly just learn it from YouTube by yourself by watching this original video. And so I feel like he will definitely enjoy this meal, but I don't know about the other people. Like, this guy is gonna hate it. This guy will not like it at all. And this guy over here, he's potentially going to call the police.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people to feed. This entire meal cost us less than $5 total. Bon appetit, everyone. Oh, wait. Bon appetit.
What a knee slapping joke. That was great. So the instructor has just revealed to the students that the entire meal cost less than $5 total. Meanwhile, each of these 6 students paid $40 each to be here to cook this. So they've just paid $40 for a meal that's worth less than $1 each per portion.
I enjoyed this dinner actually a lot. It didn't have no strong fish taste to it. It didn't taste like tuna at all.
All of the greens that you're eating grow wild through the sidewalk. I was picking off the side of the street. You really just have to know what you're looking for.
This guy cannot believe what has just happened. He's just been roped into eating greens like weeds on the side of the footpath. Meanwhile, this guy is severely concerned for his health and safety right now. This person has no idea whether it's good or bad yet. And this guy, the only person that was genuinely excited for the food, he's now extremely disappointed in the instructor.
I got the lobster tails from a dumpster. I went to a seafood restaurant and picked out all the lobster tail. We used the shells, we used the meat that was inside and left over, and I made this incredible broth, and you're eating it.
Surely this is like illegal. You're literally feeding people food that's like, this is illegal. Like, what is this called? Like what is it? Like you're feeding people and they have no idea what the food is. It's honestly like a little bit like the R word, but like with food. Like there's no consent. But I'm not sure whether this guy is like extremely like impressed by the creativity or whether he's just concerned for his health and safety. And this guy just okay. Okay, I don't even want to delve into his thoughts. I know 100% what he's thinking, and I do not want to say it because of demonetization. And look at this guy. Look at the head nod. He looks like he's about to beat the shit out of the instructor right now.
Everything that I did was not unsanitary. Everything was rinsed. I put those shells into the stock so it would boil out bacteria. Does it change the way it tastes?
No, I mean, it's really good.
It's got a strong seafood taste, but it's not overpowering.
Very good.
Oh, that's real good.
So just as the instructor was explaining how everything was not unsanitary, this Asian guy, he catches a disease live on camera. We have live footage of him catching a disease. But he says that he boiled out the bacteria in the shells. But I don't know like how, like, does that really work? Because say for example, if you shat inside a pot of boiling water and then you boiled the shit, would the bacteria all go away? Would you still be able to eat that shit if you boiled it completely? But then for some reason, they all change their mind. They say, oh, it's really good. It's really good. So I think what happened is between these two scenes, there must have been a bit of like money under the table. Maybe they all got a bit of a refund for their sort of a cooking class. And so that's why they're sort of they're changing their mind so they can sort of promote more students into the scam, the pyramid scheme.
I actually enjoyed the meal a lot. That's the irony part about it, that you find out that you basically were eating everybody's leftovers, but it turned into a great meal.
I am never going to stop being cheap because there's so much pleasure in the reward of people's gratitude.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
But honestly, it's a bit of a happy ending. Like the guy, even though he's delusional, at least is happy. And this guy, he says he enjoys it. So I think like everyone's happy. So honestly, if the students are happy and the instructors are happy, like if this is genuine and like there was no money under the table, then I think this is all fine. Like they're a bit like they're all delusional. They're all lunatics. But if people are happy, then we'll just let them be happy. Okay, they can just do whatever they want.